Welcome, Aries. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you. This is a message actually being done at the new moon in Cancer, slightly ahead of it. So we're technically in a period that's called the dark of the moon, the 3 days preceding a new moon. And it is in alignment with the energy of the new moon in Cancer up tomorrow. And that is about going within. As the moon appears to disappear from the sky, so that at the new moon there appears to be no moon, we are naturally drawn within to reconsider, to retreat. And this is further emphasis on the energy of several retrograde planets, Mercury and Neptune being outstanding among them, so that we are further invited to review and rethink, to reconsider the way that we are orchestrating sacred space, a new relationship to our emotions. So let's get started. I'm going to sometimes follow the energy of the new moon, which will have passed by the time you receive this message. But its energy is quite profound for a while, unlike many new moons. The new moon in Cancer, this is Cancer, the moon's natural sign, really has a strong emotional echo throughout the solar system. So let's start with the Soul's Journey card for you is the card for honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And I think this is definitely a focus for you on your foundation. This can be a literal physical focus on your home, which again is in alignment with Cancer's native energy, but it's also about your home, your family, your traditions, your ancestry, your soul's work, your inner soul. The Cancer naturally falls on the nadir of the chart, which is the opposite of the midheaven. The nadir is at the bottom of the chart, indicating that place of your own hidden soul. So this is really about this brutal honesty, I would say, that requires a certain detachment from the drama and trauma of your life, however you define that. If you define that as being a part of your identity at all, there is a recognition that there is a natural tendency in our self-centeredness to express our challenges as drama. It's drama that belongs to us, but it's drama that we're seeing in a detached way for what it is. We all suffer, we all have obstacles and challenges, and we all can be realistic about the skills we have, the ways we've grown in our relationship to our own self-care that allows us to recognize that these are merely opportunities to understand ourselves better, to recognize the strengths that we have in overcoming any challenges we may be facing. From the Crystal Spirit Oracle, I pulled the Crystal Jade, and I love this beautiful crystal. I'm going to look up the crystal in the guidebook, but right off the bat, the 2 and 7 reduced down to a number 9. And there's so much here. I think I'm going to focus on the prosperity message. You have more affluence than you imagine, and opening your eyes to the creative ways in which the conscious universe has manifested abundance in material form reveals wonderful possibilities for your life. Being aware of this will start to awaken you to the prosperity already within you. Remember, outer conditions reflect past intentions, and right now you can begin with an idea, a hopeful belief, a thought form that can coalesce into future reality. Imagine you have latent strengths that will help you break away from the old patterns that keep you in a scarcity mentality. Open up to the realization that your hidden treasures are more than enough to change your outer conditions. You are meant to prosper. This is really beautiful because it does focus for the areas that I'm speaking to, or any of you that are drawn to this message, that the foundation is already abundant. And I think this really does go against the way that we imagine our ambition, our goals as something outside of ourselves to attain, something we don't have that we want. Whereas we may be getting in touch with feeling that wanting what we have is the key to that prosperity, a kind of gratitude for all that already exists in our world as a way of signaling to the universe that you want more of who you already are. You want to build on the strengths that you already have, and you're open to receiving in that way those unexpected possibilities, those things you can't yet imagine, but are available to you. In the present, we have the Star card. This is really beautiful and really focuses again, I think, on your ancestral line, your family story, your family history, or even your cultural heritage, however you understand that, as a through line from your ancestors through you into the future. This is something that your spirit team, your ancestral forebears were working towards, envisioned as possibilities for you and your children and generations to come. You participate actively and consciously in this higher vision of humankind. And on a personal level, this includes the possibility of things that you did not even recognize as possibilities that reflect an abundant heart, an abundant mind, that aren't about getting away from a place of lack or scarcity, rather a recognition that you already have the seeds, at the very least, of what it is you desire. In the past, the Ace of Cups is talking about, again, this way that you've learned to channel this great love, the tradition in which you are aspiring to act, the care that you give your community, loved ones, projects, and opportunities that you pursue, but particularly yourself, understanding that you have to center your needs. You must care for and pace yourself according to your recognition that you've already arrived at a place that you are pursuing. So this may seem like a paradox in many ways, but I think that for many of you, you're understanding that detachment is the key to channeling the kind of love and service, the kind of productivity and creativity that you're capable of in a way that you had not formerly believed was possible. And in the future, the Hermit card. I think you're in line with the energy of this new moon in Cancer. You are taking time, taking space. This emphasizes the self-pacing that removes the sense of urgency, because you're not looking for security outside of yourself. You're increasingly understanding that whatever security, comfort, safety, protection that you desire is something that you have. that you possess, that you can look to internally to develop and lean on, depend on, rather than depending on the outer signals, mirrors, or reflections of some kind of certainty that may not exist, particularly in the world that we're living in now. So you are re-inspired to seek answers within self, more confident in not just your intuition, but trusting yourself, and trusting the universe, understanding that you are reflecting in your universe, in your world, the intentions you have already set. And that you furthermore want to share what you're learning with others. That is part of what defines your service to others. If this is resonating for you, Aries, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to clarify the Ace of Cups in the past with a couple of cards. The Justice card. Let me not flip over too many. Yeah, that's one card, the Justice card. And the King of Cups for the Star. I'm going to pull two cards, and out comes the King of Swords and the Five of Wands. And for the Hermit card, I have the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm going to clarify this energy of the Ace of Cups in your past. This feels like a healing process, a healing journey, a cleansing that you are experiencing, one that is self-created, with clarity that you desire to reach your potential. And through the act of loving, acknowledging your powers and your gifts, of not underestimating but glorifying them for yourself, recognizing the potential influence that you have, you're able to affect justice in the world, in your world, as a result of your ability to understand the role of your compassion, the important role of the vulnerability that you express in your passionate embrace of all that you care about, all that you value. Your values are very much centered around what is fair for one is fair for all. This is about equity in pursuing opportunities, recognizing that we don't all start with the same set of skills or access, but compassionately we can recognize the needs of others and support the supply of those needs. But it begins with a compassion, not a judgment. And this can be a tricky thing to navigate when one is feeling the power of one's own gifts and the opportunity to activate those at a potential that can have an impact on a community, on a family, or on a professional endeavor, a project. This really speaks to your recognition that your ability to love, and I don't think this is news for many Aries, as contradictory as it may sound. The sense of pride, self-love, and pioneering energy that requires so much bravery, so much courage, so much willingness to fight fears, such a warrior energy actually is risky business. Takes a lot of love, a lot of belief in self, or belief in something that inspires you to want to create equity in your world. In the present, the Star card, the lovely Star card is clarified by the King of Swords and the Five of Wands. Yeah, you're negotiating some kind of problem solving. You're putting yourself in a situation where you are part of a creative team that is creating something, solving a problem, communicating, but this is a growth cycle for you. Even as you bring a wealth of innovative ideas that you are open to, you revel in the ability to communicate, to share ideas, to be open to new ideas, even ideas that you don't know that you understand, but you wisely engage others in helping you relate your truth, your experience to the experience of others as part of enlisting the creative skills, the powers, the strengths of those you work with. So this looks like a very collaborative relationship, but there is a specific problem that you are out to solve, a certain condition you're looking to alleviate. And this may be certainly for the entire audience or student body or clients that you are communicating with, sharing information with, but there can also be personal desires to heal, support, assist through the act of creating something together. In the future, the Hermit card, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So you are really working hard to adjust your foundation. I think that you're understanding that this healing journey that you've been on for a while. I mean, nobody starts a healing journey for a day, a week, a year, a decade even. It's not that extended for all of you, but it can be something you've been working on for at least a cycle of 7 or 8 years, and that astrologically can be equated with many planetary energies. So you are in sync with Saturn for sure, that is in the later degrees of your sign, Neptune, which is in the earlier degrees of your sign. So this is a whole spectrum of energy that is that you have prepared for in your effort to improve your skills, to recognize that your personal development is a part of the way that you are wisely building a foundation for what it is that you seek to grow, to expand. And this can be a project that comes out of your current effort to problem solve. This can be a project that is the desire to build something, to create a business, to write a course, to create a creative product, to create a series of presentations that require you to enlist the help of others. But the foundation of that is your openness to new ideas, new energies, new spaces. And this underscores the real potential that your work is impacting the larger world. And this is a goal that you've always had, but never seen the means to achieve that in the way that you do now. I'm going to finish this reading with a botanical inspiration. And out flies honeysuckle woodbine, and the key words are domestic happiness and devoted affection. And I really like this Shakespeare quote, I will wind thee in my arms, so doth the woodbine the honeysuckle gently entwist. So this feels like the energy of love, care, and attention that flows from you, flows from your overflowing cup, so that your love objects, projects, opportunities, relationships, friendships are intimate with you at this time. You feel enwrapped and supported by them as you support them. Thank you so much, Aries, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.